Advanced Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Wednesday. Basketball experts have their eyes glued on Bahamian Buddy Hield, and what a show the Freeport native is giving them. Playing in a tough road game, he stepped to the free throw line 4 times with less than a minute remaining in the game yesterday against Memphis. Although he would net 8 shots, it was the final 2 that sealed the deal for the Oklahoma Sooners. Hield, one of the biggest NBA hopefuls in next year's draft, closed with 30 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. The final 2 free throws were made with only 6 seconds on the clock. At the time, the score was 82-78. The Sooners won 84-78.
It's a game that we been, counting us and our coaches, like we're going to Memphis, hostile environment, so he always preached us, and we have key guys back, like me, Ryan, Jordan, Isaiah, so we more experienced, and Jordan made some key plays down the stretch, Isaiah makes big shots, and Ryan just did what he did, and coach, he does a great job coaching us, so it's always a plus having him on our side, but we won games like this, and we want to play with the best and play at the best, so it's fun to be here.
Despite nursing a nagging injury, Lou Rawls then stepped on the court for Michigan Spartans yesterday and put up some points on the board. Nan's 2 points assisted the Spartans with their 79-73 win over the Kansas Jayhawks. The Spartans have a perfect win-loss record so far on the season. Their next game will be Friday. Sending down the Thunder with his monstrous dunks is Deshaun Taylor. Taylor, who plays for Norfolk State, posted 10 points, pulled down 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block shot. The Spartans defeated Washington Adventist 78-58 yesterday. Taylor and the Spartans will play Indiana State on Friday in St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands. The sole Bahamian female holding court last night was Jonquel Jones, who is among the top women prospects for the Women's National Basketball Association. Jones led George Washington to a 78-48 pounding of America. The starting forward for George Washington, who can play the 2, 3, 4, or 5 positions, scored 14 points, 2 assists, 1 block shot, and 1 steal. 3 games into their season, and president of the New Providence Basketball Association, Eugene Horton, is already liking what he sees. He strongly believes that the league will grow leaps and bounds, and the games will get even more intense as the season continues on.
It's going well so far. The fan participation has been great. We're still working out some little things we have a meeting on, the e-board have a meeting on Thursday where we're going to go through, review the good and the bad from what's been happening over the weekend, and we're just going to see how best we can improve it and work on what's working and logistics-wise and all of that.
High school sports is the biggest feeder system for many of the local associations. As a result, a number of coaches from the New Providence Volleyball Association will be out scouting the talent at this year's National High School Volleyball Championships. In this report, our Charles Fisher tells us Jester will be down to play for the titles in the senior boys and senior girls divisions.
J.S. Johnson very pleased to once again lend their support to the high school volleyball nationals. Presenting the much-needed funds was Senior Manager Robert Bartlett and Executive Director Bartlett McDonald.
Sports is a discipline that helps the students to focus on what it is that they're trying to achieve, and it certainly helps them to become better citizens as they take their rightful place in our society. So once again, it is my privilege and pleasure to offer this sponsorship.
We want to invest in our students, in our young people, because they are our future, and we really expect them to do their best to stay healthy. And sports is a very important consideration, it's a very important aspect of that factor. So it is our pleasure to sponsor the volleyball championships.
Tournament Director Jason Sanders thanking J.S. Johnson for their support, and they are ready to rumble.
The health of the nation is indeed vested in our young people. And whenever you have corporate sponsorship that comes on board to invest in our young people, it has always been a good thing. I'm also just elated to once again thank them for now this will be the 3rd year sponsoring these championships, and we have already seen the fruits of their labor The schools will be divided into two separate pools, both male and female. In addition to that, they are going to be playing 2 sets. And so with the 2 sets, it's going to be based on total sets won. If there are any ties, then it will be total points won.
The best of the best are coming. Best from Grand Bahama, St. George's, Sunland and Bishop Michael Eldon. Private schools, SAC, Queen's College and Kingsway. And from the GSSA, C.R. Walker, C.C. Sweeting, and C.I. Gibson.
We'd also like to let the general public know, especially those Family Island schools, that we will be and we have been able to, as a general note, to scout the level of play in these institutions, and we have chosen the teams that meet the highest standard and level of play based on the budget and or available resources that we have.
The tournament gets underway Thursday and wraps up on Saturday. For ZNet Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks so much, Charles. To learn from the teacher is one thing, but beating the teacher at his own game and bragging about it is the next. For Jason Clark and crew, handing Cayman Islands a loss on their home soil proved that the Bahamas is a force to reckon with in the sport of flag football.
Cayman has gotten a 7-year jump start in terms of playing the game of flag football, and so we've always modeled our league after Cayman. And so going there and even them coming here, they've been somewhat dominant in terms of playing us. This year, the fact that we were able to win it just shows that, you know, we have actually grown and developed very well in the sport. And for us, I mean, you know, the evidence is there because we were able to win their cup on their soil, and it feels really, really, really good because, I mean, it's the first time us winning that tournament in Cayman, even after being there 3 times.
With all that is going on in the country, Bahamian middleweight title holder Toriano Johnson has a strong message to the youth of the nation.
I would like to say this to the young men and women of our nation, our great nation, the Bahamas. You know, Elijah Obed had once done it. He was a world champion. Toriano is also an Olympian, as well as currently now running in the ranking to become a world champion. If Toriano can do it, Elijah Obed can do it, definitely you young men and women out there can do it. Don't sit on the side and think that you're going to get anything, somebody's going to drop something in your hand. Go there and work hard for it. That's what I urge you all to do.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.